Welcome to a brand new series where we take a look at the biggest frauds of the week. Now this week has had many different surprises, but ultimately it's been a bit of a better week had by all. So welcome back to FPL Access as I take you through the biggest frauds of the week in FPL. Now there actually wasn't that many frauds. When I was looking at this game week before and thinking about what videos to make after the game week was done, I was like, I'm going to be cooking all of these frauds. But realistically, there's not that many. So let's get rid of the honourable mentions. Now, I bought in Garnacho, he blanked. Gabriel and Arsenal blanked again. Palmer blanked, Saka blanked. Now, they all, and Watkins blanked, but they are all players who have been returning and probably will return. So I can't really put them as an FPL blank. But the players I can put as an FPL blank and an FPL on fraud watch. Let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle recently, they haven't been flying as high. They've been on a bit of a ropey streak since they beat Man United. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not impressed by their players. So let's talk about Dubravka. Now, Dubravka's just come in. He's conceded 7 goals in his first 2 games. And he's looked terrible. And with news that Newcastle are now looking at getting a goalkeeper in the January transfer window, he has not been great, and he is definitely on fraud watch because it looks like we're going to have to wait to get another transfer in January on another goalkeeper change. Now, whether that's going to be De Gea or another goalkeeper in this FPL league, we will have to see. But to be quite honest with you, Dubravka has been really disappointing. He hasn't been able to keep those clean sheets, even though he's played. And realistically, maybe Newcastle weren't expected to keep a clean sheet against Tottenham. But conceding 4 goals and then conceding 3 goals to Everton as well, he is definitely on forward watch. Another player I'm going to put in here as well for similar reasons is Jamal Lascelles. Now, he has been terrible recently. He did alright against Chelsea, getting a goal. He did alright against Man United, keeping a clean sheet. Everton, he played poorly. He got 1 point. But that Tottenham game really annoyed me. He is literally about to be replaced by Botman as soon as Botman's back. Because conceding 4 goals, he got a yellow card. He got a -1 for the week. He equalled Trippier's points as well, which we will get onto in a second. But quite honestly, as a fraud of the week, Jamal Lascelles is really up there and someone that I am really going to have to think about getting out soon. In fact, I am thinking about getting him out maybe as soon as next week. But he was awful and he got a -1 for the whole week. Now, the player who I still think is an alright player and a decent player, but it's definitely on the list for fraud watch. Now that is Kieran Trippier. Oh my god, Kieran Trippier. How bad do you have to be? So if we just look at Trippier, thankfully I didn't have him in my team, but he got absolutely outclassed by Son that game. And it's not like, yeah, some of them Son is just world class, we're going to get around them, but some of them Trippier literally kicked it back into Son, who then squared it to Richarlison and scored. You conceded 2 goals to Richarlison, I think it was. That is terrible. It might not have been 2 goals, but you conceded even 1 goal to Richarlison. How bad do you actually have to be to do this? Yeah, 2 goals to Richarlison, and you're also suspended for the next game week. How can you be suspended for the next game week as well, also getting -1, and you're suspended for the next game week where they play Fulham? You're leaving your team in the mud, and Kieran Trippier is definitely the player that I would put most notably on forward watch for the rest of this video. He is the king of the forward watch currently, and we'll have to see how he improves, because what happens if Newcastle's defence still goes terrible when they blank to Fulham, Luton, not Forest. I mean, he's already going to blank to Fulham, but imagine they do terrible in the next 3 fixtures, and then they have to play Liverpool and Man City and Aston Villa. It's not quite a good look for Newcastle right now, and Kieran Trippier is definitely the current king of fraud watch. So that's the player that I would most put up there as a king. And then maybe one that's maybe a bit more towards me is got to be Tsimikas. Now, He didn't play against Sheffield United. He basically blanked against Fulham and City and Crystal Palace. And I had him on the bench for his 15-pointer. I mean, it's been 4 game weeks of him getting blanks or not even playing. So he really is on the edge of me wanting to sell him. And to be quite honest with you, it is most likely that he's going to be gone in the next few game weeks. I think that he does look very average, and his position in the team is not quite safe. So I have to see if he plays Europa League. My feeling is to get him out for Trent in the next week, as I'll discuss on my transfer plans tomorrow. But quite honestly, Tsimikas is there. So let me know who you would put down as your biggest frauds in the comments, as we look forward to next week and coming back to you guys with the biggest frauds of the game week and ones you probably should look at getting out your team. So thank you for watching another video of FPL Access, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.